The Neo-Personality Inventory was created by Paul Costa and Robert McCrae, published by the Psychological Assessment Resources in Florida. This is just a picture of Robert McCrae and Paul Costa, two happening dudes. The history of the assessment tool. So the original version was created in the 70s. However, it only included 3 areas instead of the current 5 areas. So it actually included neuroticism, extroversion, and openness to experience, which is where the Neo came from in the title of the Neo Personality Inventory. Later, they would decide to add 2 additional domains, agreeableness and conscientiousness. This, the first time that it was published using all 5 domains, neuroticism, extroversion, and openness to experience, was in 1985, and it took about 45 minutes to complete. And as you can see here, it was called the Neo-PI-R, basically meaning Neo Personality Inventory Revised Version. After that revised version came out, there was a demand for a shorter assessment, so they produced 3 alternatives. The first tested out at 5 minutes long, and it included 44 item Big 5 inventory. There was also 2 15-minute versions you could take. One was over 60 items and one was over 100. And this is just a picture of the 5 different domains that they selected to cover personality. So neuroticism, openness, conscientiousness, agreeableness, and extroversion. Its purpose was to be used as a research instrument. They determined that it could help determine employee reliability, psychopathology, behavioral medicine, and vocational counseling. So lots of different areas that it could cover. It has a pretty good reliability. As you can see, the domain level reliability ranges from 0.86 to 0.95, which is considered excellent. It also, the facet level reliabilities range from 0.56 to 0.90, which is good. And so the facets are actually 6 additional areas. So like each domain, there's 5 of them, and then each domain has 6 additional what they call facets that they would look at, and those all range like I said, from 0.56 to 0.90, which is good. It has long-term retest reliability in the first 3 areas: neuroticism, extroversion, and openness to experience. There's also strong validity in spouse, peer, and self-reports on this assessment. There are some limitations. Not enough validity represented in the two most recent that were added, the agreeableness and conscientiousness domains. There's not enough validity represented in those. And not enough information about why these 5 factors of personality are important to test to begin with. And I just listed them out again. Neuroticism, extroversion, openness to experience, agreeableness, and conscientiousness. It also has strengths. A lot of the limitations and shortcomings from the original version were corrected in the revised version, which is something that a lot of people wanted to see. And it's also been proven to be pretty reliable. Some cultural considerations. The assessment is available in many different languages, which is a great plus. However, cultural relativism regarding the assessment wasn't taken into account. So the traits the traits in the domains that they picked out, the 5 of them, those may not be important in other cultures like they are in the culture that created the assessment, which is here in America. So somebody in another culture taking this assessment, they may not place the same amount of emphasis or value on those 5 areas that the authors of this assessment did. So in terms of population, I wanted to look at adult personality taking this assessment. And I was able to determine that this assessment would be a good fit for this population because of the 5 different categories of personality it looks at, as well as the 6 additional areas within each category. You can gain a lot of insight using this assessment tool on this population. And those are my references, and that is it.